Hey, what is going on, guys? Greg Jenkins here from Monkeypod Marketing, and I wanted to share with you a video that I recorded as a response to one of my OG members. Shout out to Val, because Val asked a great question, and I thought the response was useful, so I wanted to share it with you all. So here is the context of what you are about to dive into here. So let's say you are building Infusionsoft campaigns or Keap campaigns, either one, to support like your customer journey, right? So you've got an opt-in campaign, maybe you've got a nurture campaign, and maybe you've got a fulfillment campaign, right? So campaigns for really any section of the customer journey. And when somebody completes one segment of that journey or takes a specific action, you want to move them from campaign 1 to campaign 2 or campaign 2 to campaign 3, right? So you want to be able to transition contacts seamlessly so that the automation is there the whole time, so that you don't have these, holes in your journey or your holes in your follow-up where people are otherwise possibly slipping between the cracks, right? So common question and a very important one. And here is my response. Let's take a look.
Hey, what's going on, Val? Okay, so here is just a quick overview for you on connecting campaigns and creating a comprehensive customer journey using the campaign builder. So I'm going to call this customer journey Val. And basically, you build one campaign at a time. So like somebody opts in, opt in, and then we have like the delivery of whatever it is that they opted in for. And then normally we're driving them towards whatever the next milestone is. So bought the thing, right? So let's say it's a free trial for a course. They get access to the free trial, and then we want them to buy the course, right? So that's one campaign kind of in a nutshell. The next campaign would be like, cool. So when they finish this campaign, right, we also want them to start a delivery or a fulfillment campaign. So this would be fulfillment. So now they've bought the course. In here, they get access to it. The tag, it removes the prospect tag and applies the customer tag, etc. And then maybe we want them to join our membership, right? So signed up as member. Or we want them to, buy a second product or recommend a friend or take a survey about their experience or whatever, right? So now we've got sort of two campaigns, and the way that they're tied together is when this goal is achieved, right? So we set this up to be, hey, they bought product A, right? And then we would set this goal up to be the same. So the way that you link campaigns together is by having two goals listening for the same thing. So I'm building these on the same campaign canvas just for the sake of like this demo video. But in the real world, like this would be one campaign and this would be its own campaign. So just want to be clear about that. And then here's just to take this, one step further for the customer journey. We want them to buy the course, and if they do, they'll jump down to here, and they'll go into here, and so on. But not everybody is going to do what we want them to do, right? So here in the delivery sequence, let's say we have like an email, and then we have a wait, and then we have an email, and then, maybe we, oops, that's not right. And then we have another email, and maybe a few more, versions of that, right? So we've got, here's your access, and then we have how'd it go, and then we have, buy the thing, right? So we have whatever, a number of touch points, and here's, I can't let that typo go. But the point that I'm making is that at the very end of this, after all of your touch points, you want to have a tag, and you want that tag to be automatically applied. Let's say, if 3 weeks go by and they haven't done the thing that we were asking them to do, we want to have a contingency plan in place. So this is where I apply transfer to nurture. And you can call it whatever you want. I just realized I'm wearing my hood. So you can call that whatever you like. But the goal of this tag is that if they don't do the thing we wanted them to do, this tag will automatically be applied. And then what you do is you build a conclusion goal for sent to nurture, right? So if they enter here, we know one of two things is automatically going to happen. They are either going to buy or they are going to be sent to nurture. And if they are sent to nurture, we nurture trigger tag. We build a campaign specifically for that. And of course, this would also be concluded when they buy. Okay, so here, let's do this. Yeah, so basically this is our nurture process. So now what we've done is we've built like an entire funnel. This is the opt-in driving towards purchase, and then we have a contingency plan, and then this is the nurture sequence that, you know, if people don't go straight to becoming a customer, they will start that nurture process. And in here, you could have, you know, 3 emails or 10 emails or 2 years worth of emails, right? You could have as much follow-up in there as you want. The key being when they buy the thing, product A, it stops this, and it starts that. So in this scenario, a contact will only be in one of these at a time, right? Because at the moment they enter here, as soon as they buy, it stops both of these, right? And if they get the nurture tag, it stops this one and it adds them to this one. So what we've effectively built is 3 campaigns. It'll actually, you know, if you lay it out chronologically, it'll look like this. These would not be on the same campaign canvas, but for the sake of conversation, here's how it would look. We've got opt-in over here, delivery. If they buy, they jump right to here, and then they get the fulfillment. If they don't buy, they will automatically be tagged. They'll be transferred to the nurture campaign, which will also drive them toward that next milestone. Now, I am not saying that your business needs to be this simple. I'm saying that this is the nature of customer journey, right? What you're designing is automation that supports, accelerates, and enhances a scalable, repeatable customer journey that produces, consistently positive customer experiences time and time again.
Okay, guys, so hopefully that made sense to you, and you can now understand how to tie your different campaigns together and why it is so valuable to create automation that supports each leg of the customer journey. Here comes the choose your own adventure part of this video. So if you found this useful and you have everything you need, that is totally fine. Feel free to just give the video a like and share it with, 2 or 10 of your friends. But if you want more on the campaign builder, if what I talked about here was interesting, but perhaps a little confusing or overwhelming, then what I recommend for you next is the CB Trilogy course. That is one of the Monkeypod courses specifically focused on the campaign builder part of the application. As you know, the campaign builder is, immensely powerful and robust. And so this course dissects all of the different tools and options available in there, runs through a handful of use cases and scenarios for how you can use it, how you can edit and modify live campaigns, and how you can report on them as well. So if you want anything to do with the campaign builder, that is the course that I recommend. If you want more on the topic or concept of lifecycle marketing, I actually have an entire course dedicated to specifically how you can build a lifecycle marketing strategy, but how you can do it in the real world, not just the theory behind it, but how you can build the specific campaigns that support that. And that is my LCM real life course. So if you're looking for more on that, I recommend that course. Actually, both of the courses I recommended have free trials. So feel free to start with those and see if it feels like a fit for you. And finally, if you have questions like the one that prompted this video and you are looking for a place where you can ask them and get answers that you can trust, I would love to have you check out the OG membership. This is the community that I support. There's about 200 businesses in there who are all using Infusionsoft and who are all looking for ways to get more out of that monthly investment. So if that sounds like something that would benefit you, check out the OG membership. That is it for now, guys. Thanks for hanging out, for watching this video, and for sharing it with those 10 friends. Later.